much. I love the replicas.
I know. That was from like a Miss USA like fan box.
Oh, I love that.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm joined with Samantha LaBonne, Miss New Hampshire USA 2026. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell me a little bit about your pageant journey.
I started competing in pageants, I think when I was maybe 13 years old. I received a pamphlet in the mail, and I grew up as a performative dancer, so I was like, why not try something new?
Right.
And I was hooked. So my first pageant was National American Miss, which I think was like almost every little girl's first pageant. And then I moved on to the Miss USA system and was Miss Connecticut Teen USA in 2011. Competed at Miss Teen USA in the Bahamas, which was
so
incredible.
Fun. Yeah.
And I knew my journey with the Miss USA organization wasn't over, so I came back and tried to compete for Miss Connecticut USA and received Miss New Hampshire USA through the open casting.
Yeah, so tell me about the open casting call.
Yeah.
Like, what did that entail?
Oh, it was definitely a very unique experience, and I became Miss New Hampshire USA through a very non-traditional way. But how it basically worked is that there are states that are not having local pageants this year due to directorships and legal situations with the organization. So instead of not having women represent those states, they had a public voting process to help women get through and be receive like a title of Miss New Hampshire USA or Miss Tennessee USA, for example. So the world helped me get there through public voting, and it was a lot of rounds of voting, a lot of begging people to help me out, which was honestly very uncomfortable. I always hate asking people for help in a way. I'll never be in sales because of that. But I made it through to a judges round, which was 5 former Miss USAs who then selected the 8 women during that round to represent one of the states. And I actually lived in New Hampshire for about 5 years when I was a kid, so I have some connection. I lived in Brookline, New Hampshire, so it still is very personal.
Did you get to pick New Hampshire, or did they just assign it
They
to
just
you?
assigned it, but I was hoping for either Vermont or New Hampshire because I'm a New England girl, you know? New England is smaller than the state of Texas, so I was like, it's very manageable. Yeah.
Are you allowed to share who the judges were?
Erin Brady, a former Miss Connecticut USA, who's also Miss USA, and Kristen Dalton was also one. Those are 2 that I remember.
Yeah, both of them wore that crown.
Yes,
that was
our favorite.
Yes. Your crowning was really sweet. So on your Instagram, your kids actually helped crown you for the first time. What was that moment like, getting to experience that with your kids?
When I got the box in the mail, I was like, this is the most important box I think I've ever received. And I was home with my kids, you know, they're chaotic, they're wanting to be involved, they think the box is for them. Any package that comes in the mail, they're like, oh, what did you get me? What did you get me? And, no, this is for me. So instead of just separating from that, I really wanted to focus on finding ways to integrate my kids into being a title holder now that women who are married and moms can now represent a state within the Miss USA organization. My son loves the crown and sash. So as soon as he saw it, I was like, this is the perfect moment to have him put the crown on my head. I'm like, it's already a very non-traditional way of being crowned, and I'm not going to be on stage and have that moment of holding another woman's hand, you know, waiting and hoping to hear my name. So why not make it really unique and have my kids involved? And
it was really sweet. It honestly was. I remember watching it. I was like, oh God, I'm tearing up. Like, I don't know these kids, but it was sweet.
Thank you.
So I bet they're so proud of you and your husband too.
Yes.
What is it like now having the title, and like how are they helping you?
Yes. So before I came here, my daughter's like, there's your crown and sash. My daughter is 2 and my son is so they're 5, so they're very little. But seeing them and seeing me have so much excitement for this whole process, my husband is so proud of me. He's been part of the journey ever since I first started competing for Miss Connecticut USA. So for him, seeing me achieve this dream of mine, he's like, I hope you win Miss USA. And I think a lot of husbands would maybe be like, this is a little overwhelming, but he is so on board because it's not just my title, it truly is a family crown for me.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think this is a great opportunity to just like showcase what women are capable of doing, adding different roles in their life of being a mom and being a wife and being Miss New Hampshire USA. So we really can integrate it all together.
Right, because it's a job at the end of the day, and mothers every day go to work and come home. So it's no different. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your journey. So you competed a couple of times at Connecticut USA, and then you get this opportunity to be Miss New Hampshire USA. Have you been able to go to New Hampshire?
Yes, I was in New Hampshire a couple of weeks ago, and I had a wonderful photo shoot with Labo Beauty and Ashley Long Creative, who actually sponsored me for my official Crown and Sash photo shoot. They're New Hampshire residents. And my state costume, I'm actually borrowing from a former Miss New Hampshire USA.
Oh, cool.
And so I went over to Hampton Beach to get the costume from her and walked around the boardwalk at Hampton Beach. Unfortunately, it was pouring rain that day.
Geez.
So, you know, I'm drenched in water, but my mom and I were making the best of it, running on the beach with my crown and sash.
That makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I'm really excited after Miss USA to have more events and appearances in New Hampshire.
So, actually, your journey reminds me of Kat's quote, Katrina Gray, like, you're never denied, just redirected.
Yes.
And I feel like that really speaks to your journey because you stayed persistent, you kept trying, it was something you wanted. And do you resonate with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I competed a total of 6 times for Miss Connecticut USA, placing first runner-up twice, top 5. I've actually placed every spot in the top 5, first, second, third, and fourth runner-up, but I never won, and it's okay. You know, I love Jaden, who's the current Miss Connecticut USA. And I also applied for the open casting last year and didn't get a spot. So for me, this has always been a dream, and failure is something I'm not afraid of because throughout every process, I learn something about myself. Where I was last year is completely different to where I am today. So the quote, everything happens for a reason, I have like a love-hate relationship with it because in the moment, I don't want to hear that, but reflecting back now, like, yes, everything happens for a reason.
I'm also a firm believer in, like, timing.
Yes.
It's everything, and what a time to get it. The 75th anniversary, the diamond anniversary. What is that like to be part of that legacy?
Oh my goodness. It is just a crazy year this year. We have the 250th anniversary of the United States, 75th anniversary of Miss USA, and I think this is a great opportunity to crown the first mom and wife and woman in her 30s Miss USA. You know, why not just keep adding to making history? So, you know, I think I'm hopeful that I'll become Miss USA, but at the end of the day, being part of this process, we had our Miss USA orientation last night, and I am more excited than ever. The organization is going to make this pageant, this show, incredible. So it's going to be really good.
Yes, I feel like once Tom came on board, he's trying to, like, he's bringing it back towards, like, when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, the whole pageantry, the bigness of it, and I love it. I'm very excited to see what you guys get to do. I'm jealous that you'll know before me. But, so tell me about, I want to kind of go back in time now. Tell me about Miss Teen USA, competing in the Bahamas, which was really cool, because they didn't do that for a long time, but you were one of the lucky ones that got to go down there. What was that experience like, competing on the national stage?
Oh my goodness. So I had competed for Miss Connecticut Teen USA, placed 4th runner-up, and then came back, and it was my last year to compete. And I was actually one of the oldest contestants at Miss Teen USA at 19. So I think I made the deadline by maybe 2 or 3 months to come back and compete as a teen. And it was my first time actually out of the country in the Bahamas, but we had the pageant at Atlantis, and it was just an experience where I felt like a celebrity. You were walking through the hotel, and people are taking pictures of us, and I was like, what is this going on right now? But it made me actually feel so much more prepared for Miss USA because I know what the expectations are of a title holder. I've competed on a national level before and the production team, so I'm not scared. I feel really prepared for Miss USA mentally and physically, so I'm so thankful for that opportunity.
Tell me what you're most looking forward to at Miss USA.
the women that are competition, but I really don't view them as competition, because when is there another experience where I get to be around 50 other women who all have a similar dream, who all are accomplished? For me, being in this stage in my life, I think friendships are always very hard to come by and to create when you enter your 30s. You know, we're not in high school anymore, in college, I work remotely. And so pageantry has been this place to create friendships. And my roommate, I just found out, is going to be New Jersey. She's
cool.
also a dancer. I love to dance, so I think we're going to be dancing on social media all the time and having a lot of fun with that. But forming the friendships, I think that is something in pageantry, and women who are in different stages of life can really benefit from joining if they've never, tried a pageant before. So I'm very excited for the women.
That's amazing. What are you hoping to accomplish? Obviously, the ultimate goal is the crown and the sash. But aside from that, what are you hoping to accomplish in your time down in Miami?
Yeah, I want the world to see what a mom, a woman in her 30s, a wife is actually capable of doing. I really have felt how society has devalued a woman who questions their capabilities. Just because they add additional roles in their life. And that's something that I've really tried to do on my social media, and I've created a series called More Than a Mama, and doing things for myself outside of the role of motherhood to show society, to show the world that we can do more if we want to. It is our choice. We have the permission within to do more if we want to. And I think that's just something I really want the world to see. And being at Miss USA, it's a greater platform, it's a greater stage that the world is watching. So continuing to spread that message is really my goal at Miss USA.
Yeah. And it's true. Women can do everything. Women and moms can do everything. Every job I've ever worked has had a woman at the helm. And a woman married with children. So it really can be done. It doesn't affect anything. Let's do rapid fire questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Alrighty. Go to Starbucks order.
I am a flat white oat milk vanilla latte girl.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever tried that before.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. All right. What is your favorite season?
Ooh, fall.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. A favorite song right now?
Oh, this is the hardest question for me because I can't remember song lyrics or names, but anything with T-Pain in it, I love it. I love a good beat, a booty shaking. Yeah, T-Pain.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning person.
Bet your kids wake you up
Yes,
early.
I know. I can't not be a morning person. My son barges in at 7 a.m. and wakes me up, so he's my alarm clock.
That's so funny. All right. Dream travel destination.
Australia.
Ooh.
My goal is to visit all 7 continents, and I've visited 5 so far. So I need Oceania, Australia area, and then Antarctica.
We
can wait for that one.
My parents are actually going to Australia in a couple months.
Awesome.
Yeah. Once they retire, they've been going all around the world. It's like, can I go? Please.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite competition category?
Swimsuit.
Okay, swimsuit. And then, what do you never leave home without aside from your phone?
Ooh, snacks.
Snacks.
Okay. I get hangry, so I always need food in my purse. My car is filled with some snacks.
Do you watch Real Housewives?
I don't, but I have, you know.
They're on the new season, Rhode Island. I've never watched it except for Rhode Island. Yeah. This one character, she's like, I never leave house without my crackers. Crackers. She's like, I always have crackers for the car.
There you go.
That's so funny. All right. First thing you're going to treat yourself to after the national competition.
A big, juicy steak.
Ooh, what kind of steak do you like?
A ribeye.
Ribeye?
That fatty steak, Right now I'm eating the sirloins, a little leaner meats, but a big, juicy ribeye. That's what I want.
How do you like it cooked?
Medium rare, of course. Yeah.
Correct way.
Yes. The only way.
The only way. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So, Miss USA is days away, and you are probably leaving very soon, correct?
Yes, yeah.
So, anybody at home, you can watch Samantha compete representing New Hampshire, but also a Connecticut resident, too. So, she's representing both of us, really. So, Miss USA is on August 27th, and it'll be on the CW, broadcasted nationally across the country. So definitely check her out, and thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.